My name is Janice Langholz. I am the founder and facilitator of Living the Story. We are a teaching learning group that feels called to share Bible stories with everyone.
I'm Vera DeWeese, and I tell biblical stories. And I tell them because I want to be able to tell you the good news.
Living the Story is the Greater DC Area Guild of the Network of Biblical Storytellers. We are committed to having story in every church, every community in the country, in the world.
I tell biblical stories, and I tell them because the tradition of storytelling is an ancient one, and this is where we need to be in relationship to each other so that we can tell the stories the way Jesus came and told us stories.
Hi, I'm Jackie Johnson, and I'm a biblical storyteller, and I absolutely love being part of this guild, Living the Story. We do programs and just bring the scriptures to life through telling them.
Hi, I'm Barbara, and I'm a member of Living the Story, a group of biblical storytellers. You know, even as a child, I loved hearing stories.
Hello, I'm Paige Powell, and I am the songwriter of Living the Story, our group. And I sing and play guitar and perform as a part of the presentations that we do. For example, we recently did a presentation on the Beatitudes, and although we had many stories told during the presentation, I contributed by singing a song about Mary, and blessed are the pure in heart. So I'm very glad to be part of this group, Living the Story.
Do you remember as a child listening to stories? Or going to camp and listening to stories around the campfire? What a wonderful way to learn about different things in the world.
It's a really great way to step into the stories of the Bible and when Jesus walked, and you experience it with all of your senses. You can feel and you can taste and you can smell. It's incredibly awesome, and when we tell them, we invite others to step into the story with us. I love it. It's a way to carry on kingdom work for the greater glory of Jesus Christ.
I love telling stories to children. They are so excited, and they're so attentive, and you can't help but be dramatic in emphasis. Have you ever noticed when you're talking to children how you automatically change your voices, and the big monster has a big voice and the little fairies have small ones? You know, storytelling traditionally has been a media that crosses generations and it crosses cultures. And I find that with biblical storytelling. There's something about listening to the great stories of the Bible that when they're done in storytelling, it lifts the words off the page and brings them to life.
I am the songwriter of our group, Living the Story, and I'm also on the board of directors of the Songwriters Association of Washington. I'm very active in the songwriting community. But what I love to do as a part of this group is to bring a song to our presentation so that when we have storytelling, then it will be time for a song. And I can write a song that is specific to the topic that we're studying.
I tell biblical stories, and I tell them because I want to reclaim the tradition of the Bible, the ancient times, the times when people taught each other and related to each other through the Word. And the Word is what we want to give as a message today, and we don't want it to be just a cold thing. We want it to be a human thing, because Christ came down to earth for us as a human being, and He's the one who spoke to us through story.
The stories in the Bible are for everyone. They cover every possible life situation, from birth to death. the joys, the sorrows, betrayal, loyalty. Everybody can find inspiration in the stories to help us through our troubles in our lives. That's why I tell biblical stories.
It's something everybody can enjoy. And the wonderful thing about Bible stories is no matter what denomination you belong to or whether or not you even go to church, Bible stories tell the eternal story about God's love and hope for the people that He has created and that He loves. And so we find ourselves at worship services and classes, workshops, so many opportunities to use biblical storytelling to lift those words off the page and make them real in your life. So I hope that you'll have an opportunity soon to hear a good story. And if it's a biblical story, it can't help but warm your heart. And so we thank you for even checking us out, because we hope that you'll have an opportunity perhaps that we can get together.
We would love to have you come and join us on the first Saturday of every month. We meet from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Convergence on Quaker Lane in Alexandria. And we come from all over. We also will go all over. So if you're having a big or small event and you'd like to have a biblical story highlighted, check with us.